What's up, guys? It's that time of the year. March Madness is officially here, and I know the official bracket isn't out yet, but I wanted to fill out a way too early bracket with the current teams that are predicted to be in there. And Joe Lunardi's bracket hasn't been updated since the first, so I'm using the CBS one. Jerry Palm, I believe, was updated yesterday. And there's some slight changes, like St. Mary's seed dropped and a couple others, I believe. But the 4-1 seeds in this are Purdue, Tennessee, UConn, and Houston. And I'm just going with my gut here. Obviously, I'm nobody. Obviously, anyone can win these brackets. This stuff is completely random. I watch a fair amount of college basketball. I'm always obsessing over the stats. And I'm just one of those dudes that's always checking on the scores, betting on games, always looking at what the standings are, looking at different conferences, just I'm fully obsessed with it. So I have a little bit of a grasp on where these teams are, how they feel going into this big tournament. And this is if the tournament started today. Obviously, we're going to have some different teams in here because they're going to win their conference tourney, and that's going to push some of these teams out, unfortunately for them. But, this is what we got. So, and I'm just going with my gut, my personal opinion. The point of this video is just to get you guys engaged, just to see. Want you guys to throw your thoughts in the comments, and see what upsets you got, or who your favorites are to win the whole thing. But let's just get started. I'm not trying to make this a super long video, but I'll just give a little explanation on why I pick them and how I feel about each game. So let's get started. Purdue, Eastern Kentucky, that's a playing game, but I just got Eastern Kentucky winning. I don't see Purdue losing back-to-back years to 16th seed. That would be nuts. Dayton and Oklahoma. It's a bit of a hard one. Dayton hasn't been that consistent recently, and they don't play in the toughest conference. My gut is saying Dayton, though, so I'll just go with Dayton. I mean, this is such an early bracket. A lot of these teams may not be in here or shift around. Just keep that in mind. I did like Dayton early on. They haven't really been that good. I actually bet against them when they lost to Loyola Chicago a few days ago, and so I don't really like them right now that much, but I feel like they might show up for the tourney. They're a good team still. Now, this is a good matchup. South Carolina and South Florida. I feel like both these teams would be, if these seeds played out today, I feel like South Carolina is too high, and I feel like USF is too low. It should be more of 11-6 game, probably. USF's on a 14-game winning streak right now. If they have a couple games left, if they win out and win their conference tourney, they'd be on a 20-game win streak. I mean, the confidence going into the tourney, and you have a somewhat fraudulent South Carolina team with a great record, but probably doesn't reflect how good they actually are, how not good they actually are. And I have to pick some upsets here. I can't do this completely chalk. So I'm going USF. I do like USF a lot. If they even fucking make the tourney, they may not even make the tourney with these other teams winning. But I like USF. They're on one of the hottest win streaks right now. Literally a 14-game win streak, I'm pretty sure. Duke and App State. I can't have Duke lose right here. Going Duke. I fucking hate Wisconsin. I don't know why. I don't have anything against them, rivalry-wise or anything, but I just don't see them going very far. And New Mexico is a play-in team in this tourney, in this bracket. New Mexico doesn't play in a terrible the Mountain West Conference is actually decent this year. It's pretty good. I'm going to go Mexico in an upset. I do like Creighton a lot. I feel like they can go far. They have a complete team, a lot of experience. I feel like St. Mary's is a little bit fraudulent. They almost went undefeated in the West Coast Conference, but I mean, they lost to Gonzaga once, and every other team they played was basically not good. Really good defense, but again, who are they playing? They're holding those bad teams over the course of 16 games to so many low points. That's going to be their average. Northwestern's playing in the Big Ten. It's going to be a close game, but if this played out like this, I like Northwestern. Boo Booey. Baylor's winning this. Fuck Colgate. Tennessee, come on. Norfolk State, we don't even have to go there. Florida Atlantic, they made a run last year to the Final Four. Yeah, to the Final Four. Texas has been a little streaky this year. I don't think Florida Atlantic can make the same run. Can they win the first round, though? Probably. But with my gut, I'm going to go Texas. I feel like Texas ends the year with a win, a couple wins in the conference tournament. They have Max A. Smith, I believe that's the kid's name. He could go off any second. They have a few veterans. They're not a bad team. They're in a hard conference. So I'm going to go Texas. We'll go Kentucky. I know Samford is, some people might take the upset there. I'm not taking this upset either. UC Irvine, I mean, who the fuck are they're playing in the conference with all the other schools that are like UC this, UC that, UC Berkeley, UC Davis, like Illinois is in the Big Ten. Like, I know there's gonna be upsets, but I gotta go with my gut on these upsets. I don't know. I don't see UC Irvine winning. I do not like Texas Tech. Like, how is Texas Tech the same rank as like Washington State or above St. Mary's or above Boise State? I mean, Texas Tech has like decent record, but within their own conference, I mean, they're like mid. Colorado would be a play-in team. I'm gonna go Colorado. I do like Iowa State a lot. We'll go Iowa State. I think everybody can agree with me. Virginia's probably the one of the most fraudulent teams. They probably should be 11, maybe a 12 seed. I mean, how many times have you like looked at the college basketball scores throughout the day, and it's halftime in a Virginia game, and they have like 13 to 18 points at half? I mean, they would have to have their opponent score like 45 points, 40 points, 38 points for them to win. They're playing Nevada. Nevada averages like 75, 80 points a game. Neutral location. I gotta go Nevada. I gotta go Zona. I know Arizona lost last year in the first round. I don't think they do it again. If you're playing a team called Little Rock, expect to win. UConn's not going to go back-to-back this year, but they will win the first round. Florida versus TCU. Now, that's a good game. That could be close. People might hate me for this, but I'm going to go TCU. Love the coach. Love the conference they play in. I just feel like the Big 12 conference is so good. Like, it's so chaotic and volatile. Like, if you can win in the Big 12 or have a good record, you're gonna be good in neutral locations, playing like maybe slightly above average teams or like decent teams. I don't know. It's a toss up, but I'm gonna go TCU. This is just I'm just going by my gut on what I've seen and how I'm feeling right now. BYU, Grand Canyon. I feel like everybody is gonna pick Grand Canyon over BYU, and for that reason, I'm gonna pick BYU. Auburn over La Tech. Of course, that's going to be the game where La Tech wins. No one's going to have them. I feel like people might pick Princeton over Washington State if these matchups hold, which they won't. But in this hypothetical bracket, I think Washington State might have a magical run. If they could win, well, we'll see. Princeton's a good team, and they won last year. I don't think they can pull it off again. Washington State has a couple wins over Arizona. If Washington State can have a good day, a good couple weeks, they could make a nice run. I don't think Kansas is going to lose to Oakland. It's not even the real Oakland. Colorado State, I hate Mississippi State. I just don't think they're that good. Colorado State, I feel like is decent. I feel like they could be like a 6 seed maybe. UNC, I can't see them losing that. I would be absolutely shocked. Can't freaking type. If Houston lost to Quinnipiac, whatever. All right, so now we get to a game that media would love. I mean, you'd be seeing everyone talking about this Gonzaga Michigan State matchup, and I feel like a lot of people would pick Michigan State here because they're one of those weird teams this year where they don't have like the best record, but they're good. They're good in like the Ken Palm rankings, and they're good in like the efficiency ratings and like point differential, and they're in a good conference. But this is like one of those where everybody will be picking Michigan State and I just feel like Gonzaga's just gonna pull that out for no reason. I mean, Gonzaga hasn't been bad this year. I think they're second in the conference, like right behind St. Mary's, and they have a good record. But I could see everybody being like, well, Gonzaga's not that good this year. Michigan State made it in the tourney. Michigan State's going to win this easy, so I'm going to pick Gonzaga there. I don't know what Richmond's doing in this tournament. There's no way they make the real bracket. I will be shocked if they make the real bracket. There's no way I can have them moving on. They're in the same conference as Dayton, and I think Dayton's leading that conference. I think Richmond might be second or third now. Loyola Chicago's not. I don't know how Richmond would make it. I think they beat Dayton, but like, who else have they beaten? Like, there's so many other teams that could take that 12 spot. There's no way that they make the real bracket. There's no way they make the real bracket. I will be absolutely shocked. So I got to have Utah State going on there. This is my big upset for this bracket, at least, is McNeese. Everyone's going to hate this pick because I could see people are going to say, I can't freaking talk, but people are going to be saying that Bama is going to go on a run. I mean, they have a high-flying offense. This might be their year, Mark Sears, but their defense is not that good, and McNeese has a really good offense. Obviously, the conference is a huge gap, but I mean, you got to pick some upsets in this bracket. It's going to happen. There's no chalk brackets. That's just not how it works. I like McNeese. I'm going with my gut here. I like Indiana State, too. Here's another upset. I don't like Clemson. I feel like they should maybe be a 7 at the highest. Not a 6. I don't like San Diego State either, but I can't pick Akron. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't like Nebraska that much either. Boise State has some momentum. They just beat New Mexico. They're in a good conference in the Mountain West. And I gotta go Marquette. No crazy upsets, I don't believe. I got McNeese. 13's not bad. I have 3 11 seeds winning. That's a no-no. I do not think that's gonna happen. But this is the first bracket. This isn't even the official bracket that's come out. But yeah, some of these are looking a little sus. Because usually you got in the first round, a couple random double digits, like a 14, maybe an 11. You have a couple 9s winning. You might get a 15-2 just randomly. Then maybe a 12 or so. It's never really like 3 11s. I know this is really random, but it's never really like 3 11s and then like one random one, and then everything else is basically chalk. That's just not how it goes, so we'll move on. I'm not trying to make this the longest video ever. Purdue, I don't think they get out that early this year. If USF, they'd be like on a 21-22 game win streak if everything played out like this. I'm just gonna ride the hot streak and take that random upset over Duke. Throwing shade at Duke for no reason. I do like Creighton. I feel like they keep going. Oops. And then I'll go Baylor. Tennessee would win this. I'm going to go Kentucky. I'm not the biggest fan of Illinois. If they have a bad day, they're really bad. And the UK can run up the score. So we'll go Kentucky there. I'm hesitant to put Colorado here, but Iowa State's defense is too good. I do like Iowa State. I don't mind Nevada, but Zona would win this. Arizona. I don't think UConn's going to make it to the Final Four again, but I think they could beat TCU. TCU beat Baylor earlier this year. TCU's in the Big 12. Can they beat UConn? They can beat UConn. My gut says UConn still. My gut says BYU. BYU won at Kansas. They're playing in the Big 12. They have a good record. I mean, I could see it happening. I don't know. It's a weird matchup. I was going to have Washington State go on a little run here. I can't see them. Nah, I'm going to do Kansas, and then I'm going to do UNC. I feel like UNC does want to play pretty damn hard. They look like they are trying to get far. I'll keep it fairly chalk in that region. I think Houston's defense, close game though. Very close game, but I think Houston pulls this out. This is where it gets weird. I think Utah State's a little fraudulent. And if McNeese were to pull off the big upset, I mean, they go in with the momentum. I'll just make this Micken. Yeah, we'll just crazy upset going against Houston. And then I'll keep the upset going. This will be the upset region. I do like Indiana State, high-powered offense. I think San Diego State's way too high of a seed right there. And then we'll go Marquette against Indiana State. Okay. We're in the Sweet 16, and we have a few double digits. Not many left. A lot of chalk here, so I got to make some weird picks. Let's see if we can get this video done under 25 minutes. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm just going with my gut. I mean, I do watch a lot of college basketball, and I'm trying to, not be too reasonable, just kind of be random. I mean, I could see Purdue lose. They're fraudulent during the tournament season. If USF made it this far and they won their conference tournament, they'd be, on a crazy win streak. And people would be talking about it. USF, 22, 23 game win streak. Purdue's always losing in the first couple rounds. Will they do it again? And because of that, I feel Purdue will make it farther this season. They'll end that win streak. And then I think Creighton will upset Baylor. Tennessee, Kentucky rivalry. I'm going with my gut. I gotta go Tennessee. I think Arizona can lose a couple of these games coming up. Iowa State's defense can hold it, make it close. I don't know if their offense will work, but we'll just go with Iowa State right there. No one's going to agree with me on this, but I got to have UConn fall sometime. And since BYU won at Kansas, they definitely have the tools to beat UConn in a neutral location. We'll just say they're having a really good day. And then I think Kansas can beat UNC. Get a rematch right there, and I like that. 'Cause maybe, oops. Nope, I don't want UNC right there. I want Kansas. I think McNeese would have a chance at Houston, but I think Houston would win this. And then we'll just keep it fun. We'll go Indiana State. Screw Marquette. If Indiana State has a great draw, if this actually played out like this, Clemson, San Diego State, they could beat those teams. And then Marquette would be a really hard game, but it's possible. They're confident they're going into that game. I mean, shit. So got our Elite Eight. It got a 5 seed and an 11 seed, 3 1 seeds, and 3 3 seeds. That's fairly reasonable. You guys know it's random as shit. Let's just try to finish this off. You know what? Fuck Purdue. Creighton's gonna break through. Purdue goes a little farther than usual, but then of course they just fall out again. And then I say Tennessee's the more complete team. We need a 1 seed in there. And then I don't think Indiana State would be able to beat Houston, so this will be my other 1 seed. And then BYU did it once. They'll do it again in a neutral location. So we got 3 5 and 2 1s. I don't mind this. I don't really like it a lot, but I don't mind it. feel like there could be more random upsets early on. It's a bit chalky, but I mean, this isn't even the official bracket, and I'm trying to be somewhat reasonable with it. I do like Creighton. This would be a good game. Creighton and Tennessee. I mean, very experienced, very complete teams. Does Dalton Connect just like go off for like a 30-40 burger? Or does that Baylor dude, Baylor Shireman, whatever that kid's name is, go off? You know what? Screw it. We'll make it interesting, having it like a 3-1 championship. We'll go Creighton. Creighton University. We'll go CU, Creighton University. And BYU just had a magical run, but we'll say it's Houston's year. We need a 1v3 seed. And then, yeah, Creighton breaks through, but Houston has the number 1 defense in the country. Houston, defense wins championships. Everyone's been waiting on Houston the past couple of years. This is the first bracket. I'm going to fill out another one, so don't go too crazy on this, but a chalk pick. But I mean, how many, you see the stat, how many like top 3 seed teams win the championship every year? Like, it's never like a low seed. There might be like a lower seed that makes the final, but there's not that many that actually win the final. I think the lowest was like 7 or 8, and that's only happened a few times. It's mostly like 3, 2, 1, maybe a 4. And Houston's playing really well. I mean, they're in one of the best conferences in the college basketball, and they have the number 1 defense, I believe, and they have veterans, a good coach, and undefeated at home, and great offense. So, I mean, they win their first game. They beat Zaga close. If McNeese actually got there, they'd cream them, I believe. And then if Indiana State somehow got there, they'd win that, I believe. And they could beat a BYU team, a Big 12 team they have experience against. And then Creighton's a good team. I feel like it'd be close, but the defense is just too much. So, yeah, here's my first bracket. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know your guys' upsets. Let me know your guys' winners. How you feel about mine. Not my favorite that I've ever made, but we'll see what it looks like when the official one comes out. And yeah, follow me on Instagram at Zachariah, on TikTok at Beats and Bubs, and X at Zachariah. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.